Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're all doing well. I send you so much love and light. So today we're going to take a look and see what is the energy like for your love life for the first week in February. What is the vibe like? Experiences coming your way? I'm just going to tap in and see what comes through for your love life. So these are love readings for all zodiac signs. Feel free to watch for your sun, moon, and rising sign if you're looking for more messages from spirit. Okay, you guys, I hope that you guys enjoy these readings. Let's jump right in. Before I begin, just want to take a moment to invite the white light of the Holy Spirit. All right, Aquarius, what's going on this week in your love life? Let's see what Spirit shows us. Anyone thinking of a Sagittarius? Sagittarius's energy is coming through in your reading so far, Aquarius, so I'll mention it. Could be who you're thinking of or your own moon or rising sign. Maybe Spirit even acknowledging cross watchers here. The Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords as the overall energy. There's definitely a vibe this week of speaking up for yourself and just, it's about a really serious conversation that you could end up having with your person, but I feel like this conversation brings the two of you closer. It's definitely taking a stance and not backing down, being really headstrong about what I feel I need, what I feel I want, and making that very clear to the other one. And I feel like if you express what you need to this person, Aquarius, they're definitely going to rise to the occasion. This is not someone who's going to let you down. Some of you here could make it very clear that you want more stability, especially if you're in this position where you're trying to figure things out with someone. Enjoying your time with them, yes, I feel like you have been enjoying your time. The physical, the sexual, all of that has been very exciting and satisfying, but then it just feels like you want more and you're not going to hold back from expressing what it is that you want. You're going to do it in a very straightforward way that makes it clear. And I can see where having this conversation, Aquarius, turns all of that around. So if you've been having high expectations of someone and you feel like they haven't been rising to the occasion, meeting your expectations for what you feel you deserve, once you voice that to this person this week, which I see you doing, it really does turn all of that energy around. Some of you this week talk about being in a relationship, an official relationship, like, you talk about it so it becomes that. I feel like what you want to happen and what you want to become, Aquarius, this is the week to talk about it because what you talk about comes to fruition. Some of you here, you could have been feeling neglected by someone. I feel like it could be the person that you're with now, but for others of you, I feel like it has to do with how you wanted someone to be more consistent with you, steady with you, stable with you, because that Knight of Wands says so much about the way things could have been lately with someone. And it feels very unofficial. And I feel like this week, because of a conversation, it turns to an official relationship. Because I see you being so happy. This is a very euphoric energy. Things being in an amazing place with this person and just feeling like you have the whole world right in the palm of your hand. I just see where there's a shift that comes in for you this week where you go from feeling maybe even to a certain degree have given up on certain things out of frustration. Some of you even have been feeling neglected. Some of you have just been wanting more, and I see that you get that this week. But you know what brings that in, Aquarius, is the conversation. You putting your foot down. When you put your foot down and make it very clear, you're going to get what you want. And I see you ending up in a very happy place. So there's a shift that brings you closer to this person, makes things more official with this person. You get into an official relationship with this person. For others of you, if you're already in a serious relationship with them, I still see you putting your foot down about certain things. You could have been wanting your person to show you a more consistent and serious side, or even just to show you more about what's in their heart. For some of you, you have a very satisfying physical and sexual connection with this person, but this week it feels like you just want to see more. Aside from that, you just want to feel more understood, comforted in a different way, understood in a different way, satisfied in a different way that doesn't have to do with the sexuality of things. So even this week, it feels like some of you could have less sexual interactions with your person, but the funny thing about it is that's the two of you becoming closer and bonding in a different way. If you've been on a break, that break is going to end. Like if you've been taking distance from someone, not really officially in separation, but just kind of distancing yourself because you've been wanting more from this person, that helps to a certain extent, Aquarius, because I can see where they miss you. They don't want to be apart from you. They miss you in every single way. But what you need to do, or the advice from Spirit, I should say, if you choose to take it, is just be very upfront about what you want, and you will get what you want. That's what goes on this week. Okay, you guys, I love you so much. That's what I can see going on in your love life. Okay, Pisces, what's going on this week in your love life? Let's tap into the energy coming your way. Just a little heads up to you, Pisces, about some shutting down, it feels, on the horizon. Let me show you these energies coming through, especially these two. The Ace of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Ace of Wands in reverse. If you've been going pretty hot and heavy with someone, if things have been really passionate, physical, sexual, like really heightened, it feels like this week things start to get a little bit weird or a little bit funny between you and that person. It's like the energy switches up and it's difficult to understand. That's what, when I tap into it, I feel like, well, why is all of a sudden everything different? I feel like that's a question that you guys could end up asking yourself, or someone is asking this about you, because this just feels like I need space and I'm having a change of heart, and I feel like the other one is coming on too strong and it's a turn off to me. So I feel like it's interesting because I know someone feels this way when it comes to you, Pisces. Feels like your energy has shifted, and what you used to like, all of a sudden it's like you don't like that anymore. Feels like you're shutting down and you're blocking me out. And now I have to do what it takes to try and prove myself to you. Have things been really inconsistent? Some things are really consistent with this person. It feels like when it comes down to the physical and the sexual and connecting in that way, that's very consistent with this person. But it feels like you guys have been wanting more. So it's funny that when I tap into this person's energy, the one who feels like they're being pushed away, they're asking like, well, why don't you like this now? I thought you liked these advances that I was making towards you. I thought that we were having an understanding. It just feels like this week the energy switches up around you, Pisces, where everything was good keeping it kind of casual, keeping it lighthearted, keeping it sexual, but then it feels like that it's a 180 shift, and the other person feels like, well, I need more than that. I want more than that. So since the reading is general, I like to read it very open because I see the whole picture. So I'll tell you what's going on from both ends just to try and be as helpful as I can. But that's what the energy is like. This person switched up on me. We were casual. We were hot and heavy. We were enjoying ourselves. It was very lustful. It was satisfying though. I love the attention. I love the flirtation. They were giving it to me and I was giving it back to them, but then all of a sudden it feels like the same things that I was doing last week doesn't work this week. And I'll explain why. It's because someone desires to have more. It's like, okay, that's great. How we connect, it's satisfying, it's great. It strokes my ego, but I need to feel like I can really trust the other one. I need to see that I'm a priority. So I'm going to pull back and kind of snuff out that flame that's been burning really hot and bright between us because I think I want to test them and I want to see what they're all about. That's really what's happening this week. Sagittarius and Leo's energy has come through. Are you guys thinking of one of those signs? There could be cross watchers watching your reading, Pisces, in its spirit, just acknowledging them, or your own moon or rising sign. So this week I see the energy shifting. And one of you feeling like the other one changed. Someone feels this week that they need to protect themselves. That's why the energy shifts like that. They're becoming more vulnerable. Their feelings are growing stronger. Their heart is getting more invested, but they feel like it's not matching up on the other person's end. It's worry that it's all physical or sexual or shallow. And one of you feels like, I don't want to be looked at in that way. I want to be looked at as more. I want to know that this is more. That you look at our connection as more, that it's going to be more. So I feel like someone just starts to really think about things. I don't want to say that they get like freaked out. They just don't like the way that they're being treated. Well, it was fine last week, but it feels like this week it's not, and their energy shifts. It shifts because they want more. So if you've been casual with someone, Pisces, not in an official relationship, their energy could switch on you this week, and that is why. But for others of you, it's your own energy of desiring more from this person, and that's why you kind of have a change of heart and you pull back to see what they're all about. You test them to see, well, if I don't give of myself in this way, let me see what this person is all about. It does feel like what I will do first is pull away from them to see their reaction. What it feels like is first I'm going to pull away to see their reaction, to see if they come forward so I can get a feel for what I believe I truly mean to this person. And then what I see happening is if I don't get the kind of reaction that I want, I'm no longer going to stay silent. I'm going to speak up about what it is that I feel and be very straightforward about that. Okay, Pisces, that's what I can see going on this week in your love life. I love you guys so much. All right, Aries, let's get into your reading, your love life this week. What is going on? Leo and Taurus, those are the first energies coming through, as well as Aquarius. Are you guys cross watchers? It could be your own moon or rising sign, Aries. Are you on the cusp of Taurus? Or who you are involved with now? I'll mention those signs because they're coming through. There's definitely a theme that's building up in the reading so far this week. It's like taking stock of things in the connection. I've seen this going on in several different signs, Aries, and including yours now. It's like pausing and taking stock of things and wanting to figure out what this connection is and where we're going, like wanting more clarity on things for sure. There could be someone that you choose to stop receiving phone calls from, messages from. It feels like the more you pull back, the stronger this person will come on. It feels like you're pulling back from them for that reason of needing to know. You want more clarity on things. That's what it feels like. With the Hierophant in reverse, that says a lot about you thinking about what's really important to you, even thinking about certain religious factors, spiritual factors, traditions, and looking at what you have now and feeling like you're doing more settling than you should, than you would like to. Compromising. And this week you feel like you don't want to compromise anymore. You don't want to compromise anymore. So that's why I see you pulling back from this person. Yeah, they're coming on strong, but it's like you want them to switch things up and do it differently. Yeah, they have no problem showing you a lot of affection and attention, but it feels like that's shallow and that's fleeting, and you're looking for something that has more depth. It feels like this week you really start to think about what's important to you. Even some of you start to think about where you want to be, and you're thinking about marriage. So since you're thinking about all these serious things, that's why you're looking around at your current connection or connections if you're dating. And whatever you feel is not up to your standards, not going to really get you where you want to go, or if you just feel like it's not up to par with everything, I feel like you're going to pull back. It feels like up until now, this kind of attention has been enough for you, but this week your energy shifts and it feels like you realize what's missing and that you do want more. It's not that you're looking at this person as if they're a bad person. It's not as though you guys fight or you have any kind of hard feelings towards them. It's just thinking about how you want things to be more serious and what you want the future to look like, and how you just feel like you want to come into alignment with someone that you truly feel is the one for you. This week you see what you can control and what you can't. And it's not like you stress yourself out about it. You see that you can't make anyone do anything. You can't control what anyone does. All you can do is control yourself. So that's why I feel you choose to pull back and you get this vision of what's really important to you. I will tell you this, whoever it is that you pull back from, they're going to be like racking their brain to try to figure out, what did I do? What did I do wrong? Because they do genuinely care about you and they genuinely are interested in you like that. When you pull back from them this week, they're beating themselves up, thinking back to every conversation and every encounter, an occurrence, the time you've spent together. They're thinking about all of that, picking it apart, trying to think about what caused this to turn, what caused this to shift. So I know that they take the connection seriously and they even take the blame for things. When you pull back from this person, they start to realize just everything they have with you. I will say this, it's a very delicate dance with them though, because you don't want to be too hard on this person that you push them away for longer than you'd like. I have to say that because it feels like this person is very sensitive and they genuinely care. And when they feel like they're doing something wrong and they don't really understand what they're doing wrong, all they see is the effect and that you've changed and you're different and you've pulled back. They'll feel sad about it for a while. They'll think about it, but then it feels like this person can kind of snap themselves out of that energy and they can start to get very righteous about their behavior when it came to you. Because if you stay in that energy too long of kind of testing them, Aries, this person will say, well, wait a minute, I didn't do anything wrong. And then I feel like their energy could switch up. So that's a very delicate dance. That's what I'm saying. If you feel like you want more from them, you can talk to this person because they are very sensitive and caring. I feel like the worst thing to do to this person from their perspective is the silent treatment. It feels like that kills them. They can't stand the silent treatment. And when it's silent, they just fill in the blanks with all of these negative thoughts. So if you feel like they didn't necessarily do anything wrong, but you want more from them, I see when you pull back, you do get more. But you don't want them to sit in that energy for too long of wondering, why did this change and what did I do wrong? What can I do differently? It would be really helpful if you tell them what you need from them, Aries, because it feels like this person cares about you and they'll want to keep things going in the right direction. For some of you here, you've yet to realize with each other that there is so much potential here for a future and even marriage. It's like you don't see that now, and it's like this week things switch up and you start to think about that, and I feel like this person sees that about you. You already have something really special in the connection. It just feels like you're trying to work out the kinks. If you want to pull back, don't stay gone for too long because it can hurt this person a lot deeper than you like, it's not like you're planning to hurt them, but it hurts them in a way that you didn't anticipate, and that could taint things between the two of you where it doesn't have to go there. You can really talk to this person. When you talk to them, Aries, don't be surprised if they take things a lot harder than you expected them to, because what I just keep picking up on is the way that this person is so sensitive. But they also have a backbone, and if they'll sit with it for a while, but if they feel like they really haven't done anything wrong, the tables can turn and they can end up getting mad at you for getting mad at them. All right, my beautiful Aries. So that's what Spirit is showing me for this week in your love life. I love you guys so much. All right, Taurus, what is going on this week in your love life? Let's tap in. Let's see what your messages are. Sagittarius's energy, Aquarius's energy, and the initial M has come through. Are those important messages to you, Taurus? Do you know someone? Are you thinking of someone with that initial, or an Aquarius, or a Sagittarius? Cross watchers are being acknowledged. And then there's also moon and rising energy, the possibility of that. Feels like things can get very emotional this week. The overall energy is the Star. That's very euphoric, very heightened. And look at this energy, the Star and the Ace of Cups together. You have someone that loves you. And like this week, it feels my sights are set on you. And I make up my mind 1,000% when it comes to you, Taurus. So I don't want to make you feel like this person hasn't chosen you up until now. It just feels like their feelings become so much stronger for you this week. It feels like it finally goes to that next level where they're so wrapped up in what they feel. They turn around and it's like, oh my God, I'm so deep in love. I didn't know I was going to feel this way. Someone falls so, like, it's the turning point this week in this person's emotions, where it felt like it was leading up to this point, but it's like this week, oh my God, it hits them so hard what you mean to them and what the connection means to them. And it's just like they're in awe of you. They feel like you are incredible. When it comes to the physical and your looks and your beauty. I mean, this person just feels like you're everything and beyond that they could have wished for and hoped for in a person. They look at you as perfect and that they wouldn't change anything about you. They're so attracted to you, but it is like a mind, body, and soul attraction. So it's like what I see happening this week, how this person has this moment in time where it hits them so hard, like it's like a knot in their stomach, butterflies in their stomach, and like their heart is so full, realizing how deeply they love you. So don't be surprised if if someone professes how deep their feelings are for you this week, especially if they haven't already, because it feels like it takes that turn for the better. Kind of feels very personal, this message. If you've been waiting for someone to come towards you that's been in a relationship, it feels like that relationship for them ends this week, or they just make that decision in their heart that they're no longer going to try and work it out with whoever they've been trying to work it out with, and they decide that they're going to put an end to that connection because they realize you are the one that they belong with, that they want to be with. So I know that's a very personal message, but I do see where one connection ends and this person realizes how they feel about you and what they want to have with you. For some of you, I'm picking up on your own energy, and it could even be a connection that feels like it's been fading for a while, and this week you decide, Taurus, that you're going to let that connection go. You're going to let that chapter in your life come to an end, and you turn the page because there is someone that you've already met, or someone that you could even meet this week, because I just see where there's this moment in time where I fall so deeply for someone. So for some of you here, it's this amazing message coming through to you from Spirit, letting you know, like, if you do close the chapter and you resonate with what I'm saying and you're wondering what lies ahead, it feels like immediately you have this amazing person walk into your life. So that's what I'm saying to you guys. Okay, let me explain this to you. If you've been thinking about moving on, turning the page, and leaving a connection in the past, but you're hesitant about that because you don't know what the future holds, I can see that if you close that door and you walk away from that, you have someone that comes into your life and it feels like it's heaven sent, like it came out of nowhere. This is falling in love at first sight. So for some of you, you have this epic and amazing turnaround that comes in this week for your love life, because I just keep picking up on this moment in time where I realized that I fell so hard for them, or this moment in time where I realized, oh my God, I'm in love with this person right now. And for some of you, yes, that has to do with love at first sight. So it's like one chapter ends and a new one begins. And what I'm describing is even how someone could look at you and feel about you this week, Taurus, meeting you for the first time and immediately falling head over heels in love with you. And that's just what it is. If you're wondering what you need to do to usher this in, you will be in the right place at the right time. All you have to do is mentally decide that you want to move forward. This judgment is a decision, a final decision that you make for yourself, that you want love to come into your life, that you want to receive everything now that you've been wanting for, wishing for, and hoping for. That's why it's so significant, this star coming through, because that is a manifestation. It's something that you wish for, that you receive this week. It's very beautiful because I can just see all of the energy. For some of you, it's someone that you meet and the two of you fall head over heels in love. It's like love at first sight. For others of you, it has to do with you deciding to leave the past in the past and embrace the present and embrace the future. And when you do that, you open the door to so much love that comes in and feeling very fulfilled, like your wishes are coming true. The theme for your reading this week, Taurus, is wishes coming true and something major happening in your love life. But what brings this in is when you leave the past in the past. So I wonder what that means to you personally. Something big is going to happen for you this week where you realize who you belong with and it hits you harder than you've ever felt. Or it's reversed for others of you, and you have a person that is either around you now or yes, comes into your life this week and looks at you and realizes, oh my God, you are everything that I wanted. You are everything that I wished for and hoped for. And I can't believe that this manifested right in front of me. And it just feels like my heart is soaring and I accept it. I'm open to it. I feel like it's right. I'm ready to embrace this. So some of you could end up meeting someone very, very special this week, or taking things to the next level in an amazing way where your hearts are open and you're professing your love for one another. Okay, you guys, I love you so much. Gemini, what is going on this week in your love life? Let's tap in. Let's see what your messages are from Spirit. Cancer's energy has come through. Are you guys on the cusp? You could be involved with a Cancer, cross watchers, moon or rising sign. I'll mention it because it's coming through. It just feels like one of you looks at the connection like in opposite ways. You see this energy, the 4 of Cups and then the 10 of Cups. Whoever it is around Gemini's energy that feels this way, the sooner you speak up about how you feel, the better off you'll be, because you have someone that would do anything for you. This person is so in love with you. I mean, like, you just have their heart. You really do have them wrapped around your finger. And I mean, it's just because they're so crazy about you. You have someone this week that I see, they feel so incredibly in love with you and so strongly when it comes to you. And all this person wants to do is prove that to you, so you know that, so you see that. Their goal is to prove themselves to you. It just feels like for some reason their efforts or their words are not getting through to the other one. And even like their attempts to bond, they keep getting shut out. You see this energy here, the 4 of Cups. Do you see where that cup is trying to be handed to that person, but they're not reaching out and taking it? Their arms are crossed and they're looking, they're just looking, I feel, at the past. They're not focused on the present. So what happens is they're missing out on beautiful memories to be made, beautiful love to receive right in front of them. So it can get funny because whoever it is that is, trying to hand that cup to that person, which represents everything that they can give, their heart, their time, their attention. It is very sincere. The funny thing that can happen is they're so in love, and if they feel like, well, you're not seeing my efforts, I feel like you're being cold with me at times. I love you so much. I feel like I'm putting in my best effort and doing everything right. I keep trying to prove myself to you. When I feel like you're shutting me out, that makes me take a step back and look inside and really wonder, like, well, how do you really feel about me? Am I being foolish? Am I being silly? Do you feel for me what I feel for you? So it's funny the way that the energy kind of goes around and around, because the two of you can end up mirroring each other, and that will not be helpful this week. What I want to say to someone who's at all questioning if this person genuinely loves them and cares for them, 1,000% they do. Everything that this person does comes from their heart. everything that they do comes from their heart. But I just see where what keeps this person from accepting the other one in fully, like their attempts to bond and the love that they're being shown, is they keep comparing this person to the past. Or they just keep thinking about the past and they're not letting themselves be in the present. But there will be missed opportunities this week if someone embraces that energy, missed opportunities to just be happy and to feel special and to be treated really well. Whoever it is in this connection that is questioning, does the other one feel for me what I feel for them? Yes, they do. That's the thing about it, is I feel like in your reading, Gemini, you're getting a lot of messages about reassurance. To reassure someone that you are safe here, to reassure someone that the feelings are mutual. I just feel like one of you in this connection keeps wanting the other one to prove themselves. The other one tries to step up to the plate and prove who they are and prove their intentions. But then it's like that person's mind is not really open to wanting to see that. It feels like even though they want this person to prove it to them so bad, they still remain in this very narrow-minded energy, which is not going to help anything. It just feels like there's a possibility for the two of you to end up in this same place of unnecessarily questioning how the other one feels in their intentions. That's why I feel like there's been a lot of beautiful, reassuring messages that have come through from Spirit to let whoever it is that's questioning that know how you really are genuinely cared for and loved by this person. It feels like the theme around your energy this week, Gemini, is to just let yourself be loved, to enjoy the blessings that are right in front of you, to let yourself be cared for. And if you just feel like something needs to slow down, talk to them about what it is that you need and how you feel. Because the last thing that this person wants to do is leave you in a space where you feel like you're not getting what you need. So it feels like advice to someone who's watching Gemini's reading is to express what it is that you need and then really let yourself receive what you asked for. Let yourself receive the kind of love that's trying to come to you this week. Because you are love, Gemini. Okay, that's what I can see going on. I love you guys so much. Hi, Cancer. Let's get into your love reading this week. What's going on in your love life? Let's tap in. Let's see what your messages are. Oh, wow, you're going to feel a lot better. Is there someone that you really want to talk to, like hoping that this person will reach out? Because I can just pick up on this energy. I wonder if you guys have been having a difficult time or you've just had someone on your mind. Feels like there could have been a conversation or words that were spoken that even for some of you could have led to you taking space from this person or just being apart from them, because it feels like the two of you are missing each other like crazy, and this week you come back to each other. So either it's a reunion that's on the horizon for some of you this week, where you guys end a no contact situation. For others of you, it has to do with your current connection. And if you've just felt like they don't get me, they don't understand me, I feel like we're growing apart. They said things to me, I said things to them, but it's like affecting me. I can't sleep. I feel bad. We need to find a resolution. Feels like this week you will definitely find that resolution. For those of you that are in a relationship, I can see now, this is for some of you here. It feels like you've just been kind of bickering or just misinterpreting things, taking things personally when it comes to each other, feeling like we're growing apart or we're distant. Definitely distance between the two of you. It's a beautiful thing because you guys resolve that this week. It feels like you guys make yourselves vulnerable and talk. And once you start talking, it just feels like it's such a relief that we found our way back to each other this week. Now, for others of you that are in a no contact situation, or you're in separation from someone, or maybe you've just been distant with this person and not communicating as much as you normally would, but like missing them like crazy, what you need to know is they miss you just as much as you miss them, and that you guys just can't stand being apart, and you come back together this week. And I just see around Cancer's energy, for you, Cancer, or whoever you're involved with, you just sleep so much better this week. This week brings in so much peace of mind for you. Things are going to start to get smooth and steady this week. So there's a huge turnaround in where things have been difficult. I see this person finding you, coming to you, reaching out to you, even if it's long distance. For some of you, I feel like this person just kind of shows up where you are because they can't stand being apart. It's been tearing away at them, maybe even some of the things that you guys said to each other. Because I know that this person, like around your energy, Cancer, it's like I just keep thinking about things and it hurts me every time I think about it, but I can't stop thinking about it. So I'm tossing and turning thinking about these things. Feels like it's been even a few days I've been thinking about these things. The beautiful thing about this reading is those thoughts after this week are going to be no more. They're going to be free from your mind, free from your heart. You're going to have so much peace of mind. So even for some of you here, it's making amends, apologizing to each other, and just expressing the love, expressing what's in your heart, letting the other one know that I can't stand it when we fight. I don't want to be apart. This is the worst. It's been horrible not having you around, or it's been horrible like with this tension between us. All of that changes this week. Things level out and become very smooth. So there's a huge turnaround where for even some of you, you're going to reunite with someone. It just feels like when it comes to that gap, it gets bridged this week. So if you've been drifting further and further and further apart from someone and you feel that way, all of that energy shifts this week, Cancer, and you guys are back together. Okay, that's what I can see going on. So you have a lot of peace of mind to look forward to. It feels like this week things get worked out and become very smooth for you in your love life. Okay, Cancer. I love you guys so much. That's what I can see going on this week. Leo, what's going on in your love life this week? Let's tap in. Let's see what your messages are from Spirit. Clarity and direction for sure. Don't confuse yourself, Leo. I feel like I see you guys in this position where you like your path is clear. Like I see it clearly, but then it feels like you kind of do too, but then you're second guessing a lot of things. Let me show you guys these energies. Major Arcana is coming through 3 out of 4 cards. That's significant for sure in your reading, because the Major Arcana is like a chapter, a major chapter. It's like a main road. It's like you go down this road and you have experiences that you always charted to have. It's like destiny. It's like fate to get you on track. But then I just see where you're second guessing a lot of things, Leo. So don't make things more complicated for yourself than it needs to be this week. And the universe is on your side. If you happen to have a connection that falls off, or someone that distances themselves from you or walks away from you because the lovers are in reverse, anyone that removes their self from your life this week, Leo, if that happens for you, it's because that person is no longer meant to be around you, and that's like fate and the universe stepping in. If you're talking to different people, dating around, and you have someone that switches up on you this week and like they're distant, know that that's because it's the universe kind of trimming out what no longer serves you, who no longer serves you. But if you're in a relationship, I don't see you guys breaking up or anything like that, so don't worry about that. But the funny thing about it is the 10 of Swords and then the moon. So it's like very clear from the universe. You'll see a lot of signs, but I feel like you guys keep second guessing things and ignoring what's right in front of you. So the 10 of Swords is about the end of a difficult cycle. It's the end of hurt, the end of pain, new. Turning the page, having a fresh start. And then the moon is like your path is revealed for you this week, Leo. You're definitely going to see changes within yourself, and even someone showing more to you, especially if you've been dealing with a person that's been very inexperienced or shy or reserved. This week you're going to see someone really come out of their shell. And for others of you, it definitely has to do with your own changes and your own growth. So there could even be things that you want to try this week that's completely new. I just see you guys, to a certain extent, embracing that energy. But then when it comes to other things, especially how someone feels about you, you just keep second guessing it. For some of you, even if you're in a relationship, but I feel like it's more a singles message, you just keep questioning like who is right for you. But like I said, if you're in a relationship, you might find that you're just analyzing what you have and wondering if it's right, wondering what's next. Gemini, Pisces, and Virgo energy is all here. I will just mention that. Very strong Pisces energy. Are you guys thinking of a Pisces? Or a Gemini or a Virgo? Cross watchers, moon or rising. It just feels like you're torn between this week, Leo. Torn between your new self and your old self. Torn between this person and that person. Torn between the past and the present. But honestly, it feels like it's because you guys are overthinking and you're second guessing things where you don't need to, because your path is clear and it's right in front of you. So that's why I feel the messages have come through from Spirit telling you to not overcomplicate things. Even for you to stop reading into things so much and to catch yourself, Leo, when you're doing that, so you can switch the energy around. When it comes to bedtime, when you're going to get into bed, that's your time to unwind. That's your time to relax, Leo, not your time to replay everything and think about every connection from the past. Think about what everyone has said to you that hurt you before. You know, try to get a handle on that energy if you find that your mind is racing in that way. I just can feel that energy around you this week. It just feels like you keep trying to find your place and where you belong, and it's right in front of you now. It just seems like you keep trying to decide this week, Leo. For some of you, this definitely has to do with two different people that are around you, and you keep trying to decide which person you feel is best for you. For others of you, it's a heads up from Spirit letting you know that I see another person coming into your life this week. And that is why you keep questioning things like that. So it just feels like there's a lot that you are going to want to figure out this week and try to figure out when it comes to your love life. Because it feels like Leos know that they're at a crossroads and that they're on the precipice of something great happening. It feels like they know that, like they're anticipating that something major is supposed to happen in their love life. And I can see that you're absolutely right. It is, but you already know which path to take and you already know what to do. I say that to remind you of what your subconscious already holds and remembers. Don't dismiss signs and synchronicities this week, and especially do not dismiss any dreams that you have this week, Leo, because that could even be you connecting with your higher self, your guides, your angels, and your subconscious to help give you guidance and direction. So when you see these signs and messages from spirit, know that it is not a coincidence this week. It feels like you're really in search of guidance this week, but it's around you and you will find it. And even this reading could be helpful to someone. Okay, my beautiful Leos. So I feel like something that spirit wants to say to you is rest assured, know that everything is going to work out. You won't choose wrong. You won't end up on the wrong path. You'll end up on the right path. You'll end up with who you should be with. You'll end up where you belong. Just take your time. And when you find that you are reading into things and second guessing things, just shift the focus away from that and focus on something else. When you start to get worried about your love life this week, Leo, if indeed you do, Spirit wants you to recognize when you're doing that so you can shift yourself away from that energy, because it just feels like you have all the answers you need. It's just a matter of acceptance. Okay, Leo, I love you so much. That's what I can see going on this week, you guys. Hi, Virgo. Let's get into your love reading. Let's see what's going on this week. What is the energy like? What is the vibe like? What are your messages? Libra's energy is here, you guys, and Leo. Or is anyone on the cusp of Leo? Cross watchers here, or your moon or rising sign, Virgo. The King of Swords as the overall energy. There's something about that that's very quiet in a way. It's like I'm stoic and I'm just thinking of, definitely at a crossroads and thinking about which direction I want to go in, thinking about what's important. Some of you this week are trying to choose between two different people. Just feels like this week, Virgo, you're just thinking of, you're really putting your logic into your love life rather than your emotions. Are you pressured to make a decision? That's what it feels like this week. You being put in this position where you're at a crossroads. You have to make a decision. I see you being very anxious about which direction to go in, which direction to choose, or even for some of you here, which person to choose. What does your heart tell you? That's what I have to ask from spirit, because it feels like when it comes down to you making a decision, you're thinking about things from a very logical perspective. What would make sense? What would benefit you the most? What would be the smart choice to make? The wise choice to make? But then what about what your heart tells you to do? I feel like it's very important that this week, Virgo, as you make decisions, don't make any major decisions unless you can do it from a place where your intellect and emotion are grounded. You can't make a decision about your love life that's all logical. That will never work. And then you can't really make a decision that's all heart, because there has to be some logic involved there as well. So I feel like advice is coming through to you from spirit to know that I see you putting a lot of pressure on yourself this week. Take the time that you need to take as you figure things out. It's not a week for you to make major decisions unless you know that you can do it from a grounded place. That's really what the theme of your reading is this week, is being at a crossroads and trying to figure out which direction you should go in. I also feel like it's important for you to see who comes towards you and who puts in effort to bridge the gap with you. That's going to let you know a lot about which path you should go down, which direction you should choose, or even which person you should choose, Virgo. If you're torn between two, who is putting in the most effort to bridge the gap with you? So don't be afraid to take a step back and pause and take the time that you need so you can get your energy grounded. And then also watch who puts in effort towards you and comes towards you, because that's going to be the sign that you're looking for of which path and direction or person you should choose. Okay, Virgo, I love you guys so much. That's what I can see going on this week. Hey, Libra, let's get into your love reading now. So, this week, your love life, what's going on? What are your messages from Spirit? Let's see. I see you getting everything that you want. You will. That's the overall energy, and your love life is the star. For some of you, you eat. Okay, so who is this returning? It's like this interesting back and forth energy with someone. You're about to be back in contact with someone that you've been in a no contact situation with. Wow, this is beauty all around you. Aquarius, Leo, and Pisces energy has come through. Are you guys thinking of one of those signs? You could have one that's thinking of you, and that's why their energy is coming through. Or cross watchers here. Or one of those could be your own moon or rising sign, Libra. So this is a manifestation and a wish that comes true this week. Someone could even be wishing to see you again, have you back in their life, or others of you will resonate with what I'm saying. Maybe someone that you've been wanting to return to you. But this is someone, if you resonate with that, this person is the end all be all in your eyes. I know that you look at this person and feel like that is my wish, that's my dream partner, that's my dream person. I see them coming back to you. It feels like when that person comes back to you, it's like pure bliss. Looking at each other and being in awe of each other's beauty. Honestly, you guys share such a special connection with this person. I know you look at them and feel like they're probably the most beautiful person you've ever laid your eyes on. It's like head to toe, you look at them and feel like they're just perfect. But I know they also look at you and feel this way about you. So there's something when the two of you come together, the chemistry is unlike anything else in this world. The two of you only feel chemistry like this for each other. And I know it's so heightened. And when you're together, it's like you just have so much fun and you're so silly and you just laugh. And then like everything around you feels like it just comes to life and it's so beautiful and you feel like you're revived. So this is someone that I see you being totally head over heels for, but they feel the same way about you. So it's funny that you go from no contact to back in contact again, and it's like your world just opens up and everything is, it's like it's in color. It goes from black and white to being in color. And I see the two of you being very, very open and honest with each other. Saying whatever it is that you feel is your truth to say and share. So it feels like things go in the right direction. But when it comes to the two of you getting on the same page and making a decision about what the future holds, that's still kind of up in the air this week. It just feels like this week, both of you know you belong together. Both of you know that this is everything that you want right in front of you manifested. Both of you really know you're never going to find anyone else like this. But when it comes to just taking the first step down that lifelong path together, you both see it It's like you both realize it, but you're both kind of just standing there waiting for the other one to make that major move. It's going to happen because it's meant to happen. It just feels like this week you guys are in this position of maybe just reconnecting, getting to know each other again, talking. I just see you guys being very, very happy. I just pick up on the energy so much of someone coming back to you. For some of you, you're just going to be in the right place at the right time. And that's where you see this person again. You run into each other. For others of you, they reach out to you. Or if you've been deciding to reach out to this person, Libra, I feel like your advice from Spirit is to take that chance and do it, because it's going to open the path for you that you know you're really destined to go down. And I know that when the two of you reconnect, you are going to be pleasantly surprised when you look at each other. You are a beautiful couple. Everyone can see that about you. And I know that the two of you see that within each other. It's not all about the physical, the sexual, the outside. It's about your hearts. It's about your souls. It's about when the two of you connect. It's like your children again. And you just have so much fun. Very fun loving, very exciting, very happy. So if you are with your dream partner now and you feel like you're with the love of your life now, I just see the two of you being incredibly happy together this week. Things that you've been avoiding talking about, that's been kind of building tension between the two of you, you're going to talk about those things this week. You're going to talk about it. You're going to resolve it. You're going to get it out of the way. And then it's like, good, we can focus back on the present again without so much pressure about what's going on or what's to come or the future. It feels like for those of you in relationships, the advice to you from Spirit is talk about whatever this is that's been coming between the two of you, because it's going to clear the air. And once you do, just enjoy what you have in the moment now. Enjoy the present and make the most of the present. What you need to know, Libra, about your love life is you're going to get everything that you want. And I mean everything, especially for those of you that are wondering about children and you're like planning that, thinking about that. Know that that is definitely on the horizon for you. Okay, you guys, that's what I can see going on, Libra. I love you so much. What's going on this week in your love life? Let's tap in. Let's see what the energy is like. Let's see what the vibe is like. What are your messages from Spirit? Wow, that's very interesting. 3 queens coming through. Leo's energy, Aquarius's energy, Sagittarius's energy, Pisces energy. All of these messages are coming through to you. Scorpio, are you thinking of one of those signs? Or is that your moon or rising sign? I'll mention all of those because they're here. It could also be the energy of cross watchers. For some of you, if you're dating around this week, you can take your pick from whoever you want. If you're dating around and single, I see 3 different significant people around you this week interested in you. And each of these people has something different to offer. I feel like one of them is very soft-spoken, kind, compassionate, generous, giving, loving. It feels like the other one has waited a long time for someone like you to come into their life, Scorpio. So it feels like this week they realize that, like they're not going to miss an opportunity to open up to you. It feels like they've waited a long time to open up their heart. And I feel like this person, when it comes to you, is letting you in ways that they haven't let someone in a long time, being very spontaneous, taking a chance. The other person, it feels, can be someone that is very controlling, like very strict even. They're perfectionists and very meticulous even when it comes to like the things that they eat. I can just see where you have all of these different people, 3 in particular, Scorpio, that are interested in you and have their eye on you and want to prove themselves to you, hoping that you're going to take a chance on them. So I just see a lot of attention around you with people who want you. And it does feel like all of these people are very different. So are you opening yourself up to new people? Veering off from your usual type? That's what it feels like some of you could be doing this week. So it feels like you're definitely going to have fun and play the field. And I see a lot of communication coming in because you are that prize. So the way that you come across to others this week, Scorpio, is like head to toe. You are perfect. You are beautiful. There's nothing that you can do wrong. You are turning heads. Your energy is so striking. You are looked at as someone who's like physically very, very beautiful. I mean, look at the energy coming through. The star. That says so much about your appearance, your energy, your aura, but it's also about you feeling like you're getting everything that you want this week. I just feel like the vibe in your love life is all about relinquishing control and taking a chance and having fun. So for those of you that are in a relationship, it feels like you and your person are trying new things and being really spontaneous with each other, being very kind and compassionate towards the other one, trying to be as flexible as I can, compromising, trying new things, taking a chance, opening up, not holding back anymore. You have a huge shift that comes in for your love life where you get a fresh start with your current person. You're going to see how things turn around beautifully for the connection, and you're back in a place where you feel like you're getting everything that you hoped you would get out of this. Okay, Scorpio, that's what I can see going on. I love you guys so much. Let's get into your love reading. What's the vibe like this week? What is the energy like? Let's tap in and see what are your messages. Sagittarius, it feels like this week you're kind of off. I think you're going to feel like you're off. Look at this energy coming through. The 2 of Pentacles and even the 5 of Cups. This week, it wouldn't surprise me if you guys are just thinking back to the past a lot and having a lot of things trigger you, kind of mess with you and make you feel bummed out. Know that it's not something that is constant throughout the week if you don't let it be. If you're not careful, it feels like you're taken to a place where you're thinking a lot about negative things from the past, but like making a game plan for yourself, like even kind of getting mad over things that happened to you before. Making a plan for yourself, like, I'm never going to let that happen again. So be careful this week for what triggers you. When it comes up to the surface, let it come up, but also try to recognize why you're feeling this way, where it's coming from, and try not to stay stuck in that energy for too long, because the overall vibe coming through in your reading is just feeling off and thinking a lot about where you feel you've been wronged, thinking about the difficulties that you've had to go through. See, some of you are struggling in the dating game right now, where maybe you are talking to different people, but you just feel like you haven't found the one and you're having a difficult time trusting. Even some of you this week see things that you don't want to see. Like, let me explain this to you. Because if you're dating different people, or it could have to do with the one person, but I know that when you look at them, they're reminding you of something from the past that you don't want to be reminded of. So that triggers a lot of things for you, Sagittarius, where you start thinking back to negative things that have happened in your love life. And it feels like if someone is reminding you too much of a past difficult experience that you never want to go through again, I see you eliminating people out of your life. So even if you're talking to different people, it feels like this week you see something that really turns you off about this person, or even a couple. I say a couple because it's like 5 Wands, which is romantic competition. So you're being triggered and you see things that you don't like. And this week you're going to decide to delete some numbers, stop talking to someone, cut them out because you feel like they broke your trust. And that brings up negativity from the past that you don't want to feel. So you're going to eliminate some people out of your life this week, Sagittarius. That's what some of you will do. For others of you, if you're in a connection now, it just feels like something from the past keeps coming up and it's affecting what's going on between you and your person this week. You just are very suspicious and feel like you can't trust them. But it also feels like you don't know, is that my fear? Is that my intuition? Should I say something or shouldn't I say something? If something is bringing you down, Sagittarius, talk to whoever it is that you're involved with now, because that's going to give you the direction that you need. You will see this week how deeply this person really cares about you, depending on how they handle what you bring up that's bothering you. That's going to tell you a lot about this person's intentions towards you. So I feel like you're getting a lot of advice from Spirit to help you through the week, because for some of you, it can feel like it's very trying and difficult at times, because I see you in this position where you don't know what to believe and you don't know, do I listen to my head? Do I listen to my heart? You just have some frustrating experiences on the horizon, but it all stems from being triggered about something from the past that is unresolved for you. Some of you do take that step, though, of eliminating people out of your life because you don't want to at all feel like someone is reminding you of something else that you went through before. So know that you don't have to rush into anything. Know that you really don't even have to make any big decisions this week. If you feel torn and you feel like it's hasty to cut someone out, then don't do that. You might just want to take a step back. But for those of you that are in a relationship, I feel like Spirit is advising you to talk to that person you're with, because how they handle that is going to show you what you need to know about this person. And for others of you, I do feel like you cut someone out of your life this week because you see for yourself that they're being deceptive with you. So if that's been kind of nagging at you, you're going to make the right choice for yourself, because I see you eliminating someone that you feel you can't trust. Don't eliminate anyone out of your life until you feel like you truly have evidence to do so. That's advice from Spirit, because I see you guys in this place where you don't really know, what should I listen to, my head or my heart? Is this fear or is this intuition? So if you don't have evidence for something, I feel like Spirit is advising you to just take a step back, get in touch with yourself about what is bothering you and triggering you. Okay, you guys, I love you so much. That's what I can see going on this week. Capricorn, what's going on in your love life this week? Let's tap in and see. What are your messages from Spirit? What's going on in your love life? Is anyone thinking of a Leo? Because I see Leo's energy coming through. Virgo as well. Leo, Virgo cusp person, perhaps. I'll mention those energies because they're here, Capricorn. It could also just be Spirit acknowledging cross watchers or your own moon or rising sign. King of Pentacles in reverse. There's a lot of anxiety and insecurity that I see. Some of you could know like that's your own energy, but for others of you, I feel like Spirit wants you to know what's going on with someone that you're watching this reading for, because I just pick up so much on me getting in my own way, getting in my own head, not having the confidence that I need, and second guessing myself. And so some of you will know if that's your own energy, and this week you might find that you're kind of struggling with your confidence, but you don't want anyone to know that. I think you'll do a good job of hiding your insecurities, but you feel it on the inside. Some of you are just in this place where you have a lot on your mind, but try not to overthink. Try to be nicer to yourself this week, Capricorn, if you find that you're just like beating yourself up over things. But for others of you, it's spirit letting you know what's going on with someone that you're dealing with. Because I just see this person's insecurities really being triggered. The judgment in reverse lets me know that they have a lot of questions when it comes to you this week, Capricorn, about how do you feel about me? Where do I stand with you? What do you want from me? I need answers, and I feel like I don't have them. If you had words with someone or just felt like you said things that you regret or didn't like the way someone approached you and the things that they said to you recently, it feels like the two of you do resolve that matter this week. And I also know this, whoever it is that snaps at the other one does it because they feel like they're right at the time, but then ends up seeing like I was totally wrong about that, and I feel like they're going to end up apologizing over that anyway. So that can all be avoided. I feel like that's why that message is coming through from spirit. If someone just doesn't let their insecurities trigger them so much that they feel, do they even realize they're doing that though? That's the thing about it. Someone's mood changes and they come across as irritable, short patient, because something is really bothering them and bringing out their insecurities. They may not realize that until after. I just know that they're going to end up apologizing for it. And then it's also spirit letting you know, Capricorn, why they act that way when they do. If you have someone that is short patient with you this week, it's because they're not dealing with their own insecurities and they're taking it out on you. What would really resolve a lot of these issues I can see, like through misinterpreting things, is just being vulnerable enough to have a very straightforward conversation about how I feel and what I want and what I need. But it's like one of you in this connection that's struggling so much with your insecurities hates to feel like you're losing control. But it feels like this week it's an exercise in compromising. So don't be afraid to take space. Don't be afraid to turn inward and really look inside and be honest with yourself. I just feel like there's potential for an argument on the horizon, if it hasn't happened already, and to regret the way that I acted. But moreover, the reading is all about someone will look inward and see what their insecurities are and what's bothering them. I feel like it's also a message to not be so hard on someone that you're involved with this week. Because what I see going on is an opportunity to reflect. And I feel like spirit is telling you to really seize that opportunity this week, even if you just feel like you need space. The reading is kind of preparing some of you here to let you know how someone that you're involved with, how they could be with you this week. Because I do pick up on the sense of being short and irritable, but that's stemming from my own insecurities. It's stemming from my own anxiety and my fear of losing control. So for some of you Capricorns, you need to know that it really is not you and it's this person that you're dealing with, and the fact that they need to find closure on something that is still triggering their insecurity. It all depends on what you're going through though. If you know that you've had difficulties in this connection and your person has a reason to feel these types of insecurities, is it your place to reassure them? You'll know the answer to that. For others of you, it's just spirit letting you know what goes on with them, especially if you know you had nothing to do with why this person is struggling with their insecurity so much, because I can see them taking it out on you. But just know where that is coming from, Capricorn, if you go through that. I feel like your reading is all about spirit letting you know why that happens or where that's coming from. It could be a realization to someone about what's going on inside and a realization about what's going on with this person that they're involved with this week. It's feeling anxious and insecure and needing reassurance. But where is that reassurance supposed to come from? Is it supposed to come from your partner, or does Spirit want you to find that reassurance within yourself and fortify yourself and work on rebuilding your confidence? I leave that question open because the answer to that is very personal. Okay, Capricorn, that's what I can see going on this week. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me for the love reading. I do hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it was helpful for you. Leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.